The cool part is that we talk so much faster than some of us write. So you can use this and repurpose all this stuff that you're using for IGTV, have it transcribed, and then rewrite it for blog content. Think of how genius that is.
You're listening to Thrive by Design, business, marketing, and lifestyle strategies for your jewelry brand to flourish and thrive. Let's get started.
Hey there, Tracy Matthews here, Chief Visionary Officer over at Flourish and Thrive Academy. Welcome to episode 164 of the Thrive by Design podcast. I, as usual, am very excited to be here. And today I have a fun episode in store because Instagram just rolled out. I mean, it's been around probably by the time this episode airs, a couple of months. They rolled out this new feature called IGTV. And I am so excited about this, especially for jewelry companies, because it is so easy to share more about your brand straight on the Instagram platform and use this similarly to YouTube. And I'm excited to share more about how I'm using it and to inspire you maybe a little bit more about how you can use it simply and easily for your jewelry business and to really get out there and to maybe even conquer that fear of getting your face in front of the camera, because I think it's the best thing ever. It really shows the personality and the person behind the brand. And once you get the hang of it, it becomes super duper easy. And I'm excited for this episode. We're going to dive in a second. But before we do, let's take a word from our sponsor. Our sponsor for today's episode is ninadesigns.com. We love Nina Designs over here at Flourish and Thrive Academy because not only do they have beautiful charms, findings, and wholesale jewelry supplies, but they are committed to fair trade and sustainable manufacturing practices. And they do a lot to keep the factories that they manufacture in Indonesia and in Bali up to code with, fair trade wages and an awesome experience for their workers to work in. So they do all that they can to give back to the community. They are a certified green business in the Bay Area. And more than anything, they have amazing products. So definitely go check them out. I love Nina more than anything, the owner of Nina Designs, because she is committed to small business, just like we are here at Flourish and Thrive. So she's a small business selling to other small businesses and really committed to helping them get their business off the ground. She's not only been a guest on our podcast, but she's come to our live event and presented at our live events here in New York City and shares her wealth of knowledge with us on a continual basis so that we can help you grow your business. So if you want some unique charms and findings and other jewelry supplies that are just going to really liven up your jewelry collection, head on over to ninadesigns.com. Nina has an amazing discount for the Flourish and Thrive community. Enter the coupon code Flourish2018, Flourish is all caps, and get $15 off your $50 order or more. Awesome. So head on over to our show notes. We'll have all the details there, and head on over to ninadesigns.com and start filling up your cart with their beautiful, beautiful supplies. Okay. So IGTV just rolled out, super fun. And we're going to be talking a little bit more how to use it for your jewelry brand. But first, for those of you who don't know what it is, go ahead around Instagram and check out some of your influencers that you're following, their profiles. There's a little icon where the highlights are now on Instagram feeds that says IGTV. And if they're using the IGTV option, you will see it show up on their feed. So if you want to check out ours over at Flourish_Thrive, or you can check out mine at Tracy Matthews, New York. You can see that obviously the Instagram TV icon right there. So it shows up right in your story. So it's an easy way for people to watch it. There's also an IGTV app. So you're definitely going to want to download that because you need that to upload the videos to Instagram. At least that's what I understand so far. And that's how I've been using it. So first things first, go ahead and follow us over at Flourish_Thrive. If you're not doing it yet, send us a DM and say hello. And you can also follow me. I love to know you guys personally at Tracy Matthews, New York. And let's be friends. Send me a direct message. Let me know that you found me on the Thrive by Design podcast. I love hearing from you. And you can also check out some of the IGTV videos that we've already created because I'm excited for those as well. Okay, so let's dive in about how you can use this. Before I kind of talk about all the rollouts, let's talk about the differences between IGTV and Insta stories, because there is a big difference. And the funny thing is usually when I do a podcast about Instagram or something about, a social media platform, I would have one of our influencer friends who are super good at this come on. For instance, like I always have Melissa Camilleri Anasich of the 21-day Insta course on to talk about Instagram, but we couldn't schedule an interview fast enough. So I wanted to make sure that I get this to you soon. And I will definitely be having her on to talk more about this later. If you haven't checked out her 21-day Insta course, I'm sure she'll be covering a ton about IGTV as well. Make sure you check that out over at flourishthriveacademy.com/compliment and check out this amazing course that she has. It's super easy to take. If you're struggling with how to use Instagram for your business, it's a great, great tool. So let's talk about the difference between IGTV and Insta stories. I'm like laughing because it's funny that I'm explaining this, but we're going to go with it anyway. So Insta stories is good for video content that you have that's under 60 seconds because you can use those short videos either on your feed or you can break them up into smaller videos using something like Story Envy into Insta stories. When you see people who have like a bunch of 15-second videos in a row using Insta stories, that's what they're doing. They're cutting up either the same video or doing videos in a sequence to post on their Insta story. Now, if you have something over 60 seconds or maybe over like a minute or two, that's when you use IGTV. It's not really good for super short video because people are going on to IGTV to watch longer videos. You can do anything up to from 2 minutes up to an hour. I think an hour personally is a little bit of a long video to watch on IGTV, but if you save like one of your Instagram lives or you're recording it on another device, you could potentially post one of those on an IGTV or something like that. So anything, I would say IGTV is good for anything about a minute or two to an hour. Stories is better for the short form videos. Okay, so let's talk about number 2. I love doing videos, so this is super fun to talk about. The second thing about IGTV that's pretty cool is it's formatted for vertical videos, for videos that go up and down, like the native integration of your phone, how you use Instagram for stories and stuff like that. But you can still use horizontal videos, traditional video format in Insta stories. You just need an app. I've been using something called Katali. And the cool thing about Katali is that you only have to shoot videos once for something like YouTube. And then you can also repurpose it on Instagram. But what you want to do differently is redo the intro and outro for the different platforms. So it's basically you're doing like producing double content. And what we're trying to do is get efficient here, right? Produce double content and post them on both platforms. But if you want to do the vertical videos, which is super cool, those are just really easy to shoot straight from your phone. And you can get them up a lot quicker than, editing a longer format video or something like that. So let's talk a little bit about, since I mentioned YouTube already, about the difference between IGTV and YouTube, because there is a little bit of a difference. YouTube is a great search engine tool. IGTV is a great place to build an audience and also engage your people. The content, in my opinion, can be very similar though, because, you might do something like how to source a diamond for an engagement ring if you're in a market like mine, or how to patina silver. I mean, that's kind of teaching someone how to patina silver, but think about what's relative to your brand. So if you design, how wide should a men's ring be? If you design men's jewelry, you can talk about the different widths of men's bands and use it as a search engine for a guy who's searching for a ring to find you on YouTube and potentially buy from you. You could also do the same thing on IGTV, but the reason you use it is different. It's like you're more informing your followers and your customer base already. So they're very similar, but different. On YouTube, what you really want to focus on is getting people hooked in the beginning. So you want to go straight into the hook. You also want to try to get subscribers to your channel, which you can do the same thing on Instagram, but you want to make sure that, if you're on YouTube, you're saying something like, today I'm going to talk about how to decide which width size is right for your men's band. We're going to dive right in. But before I do, first things first, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you like this, make sure you like the video and share this with your friends. Okay, let's dive in. First things first, here's how, and then you go into the teaching points. You can do something similar for IGTV, but as far as I know right now, they don't have the same kind of, and on IGTV, it's still unclear to me how hashtags work and all that stuff, if it's actually working for IGTV or if it's just your followers who can see and find the videos. I'm assuming that eventually they're going to be sharing suggested content that you could use and upload on the platform. And then they'll be suggesting videos for you to watch in different IGTV stations that you should subscribe to if you're using the IGTV app. So it's a really cool integration. It's slightly different than YouTube, but I think what you want to do if you're going to be using the same videos for both is to make sure that you change the intro and the outro and just shoot all your videos in the horizontal format and then repurpose them and reframe them using an app called Katali or something like that, or have your video editor do it so that you can upload it straight to IGTV in the proper format so it fits and doesn't get all wonky. I tried uploading a horizontal video the other day and it just zoomed in on my face and it didn't frame right. And so like half my face was cut off. So you definitely don't want to do that. Also, if you're just shooting videos straight to IGTV, they can be a lot looser and more conversational. With YouTube, you really need to get to the point. I also feel like, in my personal opinion, you don't want YouTube videos to be way too long. You want them to get to the point, especially if people are using them for a search engine tool. So I think shorter is better. Whereas a platform like IGTV, you might be able to do a little bit longer format things. It really depends on what you're doing on your channel. So play around with it, see what works for you, and go for it. So let's dive into how to use it. I have a feeling that this episode might be slightly short and sweet, which I love because it gets you straight to the point. Because I really want to know how you're going to use IGTV. So I want to inspire you with some ideas. And at the end of this, I'm going to send you a strong call to action for this because I want you to actually use it and I want you to share with us how you're using it. So here's a couple of ideas. I don't want you to overthink it. All you want to do is to get started and don't be afraid. Have a friend film you. Super easy. I'm having my assistant film you. She's not a professional videographer. I'm going to give you some tools at the end that you can absolutely use to do this yourself. And I'll probably curate some of these into a resource, which will all be over at the show notes. And it will have links to everything over at the show notes at flourishthriveacademy.com/episode 164. Okay. So don't overthink it. You can use it for a bunch of different things. You could do an intro video for your brand. I think of this like the same as the content you're creating for your blog and other stuff. But the cool part is that we talk so much faster than some of us write. So you can use this and repurpose all this stuff that you're using for IGTV, have it transcribed, and then rewrite it for blog content. Think of how genius that is. I just thought of that. That's like tip 4.5. I didn't even really make that into a tip yet, but repurpose this content and use it for other stuff because you know this stuff sometimes like the back of your head. You could just rattle it off and then format into a shapely, beautiful blog post where you can use SEO and keywords and stuff like that that can, help drive traffic to your site. So you're doing double duty in half the time. So you can use this you can do intro videos to your brand. That's the first thing I did on both of my IGTV channels at the moment. You can post your maker video, which I love. You can have a little intro or not, but you could just post it straight in there using an app like Katali to upload it. You can do something like, how much does this ring cost? How does the process work? You could do jewelry cleaning tutorials, client testimonials. You could do case studies of, I think like client interviews. I'm going to be doing a big shoot in San Francisco. And I just did one in New York, interviewing some of my clients and interviewing a little bit more about their story. So I'm going to upload videos about their story and the kinds of people that I work with, and then also upload client testimonials there. And this creates like brand awareness, like what you stand for, who your customers are, and all that stuff, which is so fantastic and great. You can use it for behind the bench videos where you're showing your process and you actually working, and then a little video of you before, like, hey, here's me soldering a ring. Here's how it works. And I'm going to shape this ring and solder it. And you could see like how much work goes into it. And you can create a time-lapse video or do it in real time, whatever you'd like, and talk it through. You can also do behind the scenes, like shoot stuff in your workshop or set up a tripod and shoot yourself actually like string of beads. Or I'm going to be shooting videos of me like sketching in my sketchbook or actually working with customers, all those sorts of things. You could do things behind the scenes, get a self-stabilized selfie stick where it doesn't shake around, and you could bring it with you shopping for gems and have someone record you as you're having a conversation, as you're sourcing materials from your vendors. For me, like, it'd be fun to kind of like have interviews with my vendors and how they source stones and stuff like that. You can talk a little bit more about who you work with, or literally like dictate your about page into a video, which I think is a little bit different than your maker video. Just think of different ways that you can repurpose the same stuff over and over again. You can talk about press hits and press coverage that you get. This is a great way to kind of showcase what you're doing and maybe even show the video of the press or the digital content that you got, have someone go behind the scenes and just feature it and use it as a way to leverage and shout out people that you're doing. You can talk a little bit more about who you are as a person, the things that you love to do, and what it is that make you tick. You could do features of you and your family behind the scenes. You can talk about your why you do this anyway. You could talk about the people you serve. So this is a great way for you to talk about your dream clients, like just describe them and say, like the people that I love to work with are X, Y, and Z, and here's why. So this is awesome. You can do interviews if you sell wholesale with your wholesale accounts and talk about and like amp them up and make them look good. You can even have them shoot a video and you could do the intro and outro. They can show the jewelry in their case. This gives you coverage, almost like free publicity for their store. You can shout it out, create a thumbnail that you can share on Instagram. Hey, check out my IGTV story or my IGTV episode. And then you could do a thumbnail in your stories and link to that story if you have over 10,000 followers, because you can copy the link to your IGTV story and then also link it in Instagram stories. So there's a lot of ways that you can leverage it, what I'll talk about in a minute. You can use helpful tips regarding your brand, maybe how to care for jewelry or things that people should know about the type of jewelry that you create. Show how it's made. I mean, I talked about behind the bench, but you could show different steps of the process or start to finish doing a time-lapse video. Just think outside the box here in different ways. Maybe even feature how something's polished, how it's cast, how a stone is set, how something's soldered. There's so many different variations that you can use on this. Maybe show behind the scenes of the design process as well. And then you can go into like more personal stories, things behind the scenes of your brand, who you are. Like I said earlier, your family, feature things on your vacation, talk about fun stuff that you're doing. Think outside of the box. This is awesome. So I want to share with you some of the videos that I've already recorded and have planned for my IGTV channel. So this might inspire you. So I already did an intro video for my brand. I just redid my maker video and we're in the final edit stage. So I'm going to upload that. I'm going to do a video about who I serve. I've already done a video, how much does that ring cost? Because I get that question all the time. I'm basically turning every single frequently asked question into a video. And then this is a great way to link people there. When you get those, you can link it and then link it straight to your blog as well. How to clean jewelry with stuff that's in your kitchen. How to untangle a chain with olive oil. I talked a little bit more about how the custom jewelry process actually works. I did a behind the scenes for my fundraiser that I did for the school that I built in Kenya. I'm doing customer interviews and I'm going to be featuring all of those on IGTVs. I will also be featuring customer case studies and testimonials. I'm going to show behind the scenes. I'll probably record this next week of me sketching in my sketchbook and showing the process and how the process of heirloom redesign works. So these are all just a ton of ideas. I probably have 20 videos here once I break out all the different customer videos. And it's just a bunch of content that I'll be repurposing on my blog, repurposing on YouTube, and just maximizing and batching the amount of content that I can actually do. Okay, so I want to talk about some tools that you can use to make your IGTV experience even better. So it's really easy to shoot video. You can shoot it yourself in selfie mode, or if you want it to look a little bit better, you can have someone else shoot you. And it's not that hard. You don't need an expensive video camera. I've been shooting most of my videos on my iPhone. And if you have a smartphone that's like iPhone 7 or up, or like one of the Droids or whatever that has a good camera on it and a good video camera, all you need is a gimbal or a stabilized selfie stick to do it. So I just got the DJI gimbal. You can't record straight into Insta stories or anything like this. You have to record on the app, but you can download it from the app and create a high production quality looking video, because the way it stabilizes, it looks like you're on one of those movie tracks of those big things that professional videographers use. Or I'm also buying a Smooth selfie stick. So I had a bad experience with one Smooth product that I used before. I'm going to still try to have my assistant make it work, but it has never worked for me. But I'm giving the selfie stick a try because so many people have raved about it. And it's a selfie stick so you can shoot yourself, but it's also a stabilized one so it will move. And if you are walking or something, it doesn't shake like crazy like a regular selfie stick. You can get a regular selfie stick with a Bluetooth clip in it. Those are better for standing and holding the thing away, because if you're walking with it a lot or walking fast, it will get shaky, and people get sick when they watch shaky videos and turn them off. But it's good for like slow walking, or if you just want to have a little movement in your video or hold it further away from your face. I have a great lightweight Amazon travel tripod with just an iPhone clip that I use all the time at home for Instagram lives, for Instagram TV. So that's a great tool as well that you can use definitely right away, and just buy it on Amazon. It's a $49 tripod. It was super cheap. I've had it for several years. I throw it in wherever I travel, I throw it into my bag, and it's great. And it comes with a little travel bag as well. And you can find a ton of different video clips. And then for editing, you can use things like, there's like an app called Magisto. There's also another app called Adobe Spark Video that you can edit in. And these can create high production quality videos just on your phone. It makes it really easy. You can add links and they're super easy to use. If I can use it, you guys can use it. And I usually outsource all the editing of this stuff, but I realized that if I have it in one take, it's easier for me to just find the place where I have the CTA or want to send people to the next step. And I do it myself than like trying to upload the video and having my editor do it. If I can do it quickly, then I try to do it myself. And then also you can copy the link. If you're using the IGTV app, you can copy the link from your video and share it other places to drive traffic to your Instagram and build your following. So I don't have 10,000 followers on my personal, I'm getting close, but on my personal/jewelry Instagram, because I haven't been focused on that. I've been more focused on building Flourish and Thrive's. We can do it on Flourish and Thrive where we can link the videos in Insta stories. We can create a thumbnail and link them in our IGTV, but I can't do it yet in my personal Instagram, but I'm working on it so I can get my following up enough so that I can actually do it. So I would love for you to come follow me. I'll follow you back and we can be friends on Instagram over at Tracy Matthews, New York, and make sure that for sure you're following us at Flourish_Thrive because that's where the party's happening. And I'll also be doing an IGTV video about this, but I'm just recording this in my podcast studio in my closet right now separately, but I'll be doing another video about this. And then also to make it professional, there's a couple really simple things that you can do. You want to add a thumbnail slide to the cover. You just want to make it a 9:16, I believe, sized thumbnail. And then that way, when you're uploading it to IGTV, you have a beautiful thumbnail that is the first thing that people see. And you just take a picture of yourself doing something and you can add some text or words about what the video is about. I've seen a lot of people not doing that. They're just using the default that IGTV has. I think it looks better with a thumbnail. The more professional people are using the thumbnails and it's just an easy thing to upload. You can create them in Canva super easy in the Instagram story size. Add a call to action at the end. So when you're editing your videos in something like Adobe Spark Video or something like that, just add like, what do you want them to do at the end? You could put a slide, make sure that you go fill out the form over at tracymatthews.com/contact, or do you want them to go to your blog or go to your shop? Like you can use that call to action at the end or send them to your website. It's a great way to start building traffic and get people to your site. You can even have them just send you a direct message on Instagram. It's as simple as that. And then you could do fun stuff. If you're using one of these fun apps to edit your videos, you can use like emojis and stuff inside the videos to like create stickers and fun stuff within the video to create interest, which is super awesome as well. You might be wondering also how much to post. So here's my final tip. And I think if you could post once a week, you're doing great. If you can post twice a week, you're doing awesome. If you want to post more than that, great, but that's a lot of video content to create. And remember, these videos don't have to be long, 5 minutes, and they don't need a ton of editing. You could just use a Bluetooth on and off, cut the sloppy parts out, add a call to action, add a thumbnail slide. It takes me I could get something like this done in less than 30 minutes and have it posted. And you can too. All right, that's my quick and dirty how to use IGTV for your jewelry brand today. I will definitely have Melissa back on to talk more about this as we start to know more. But I would love to invite you and challenge you to actually do this. So here's the deal. What I want you to do is to shoot an IGTV episode for your IGTV channel. And then I would like for you to copy that link and send us a DM over at Flourish_Thrive and share it with us so that we can feature your IGTV stories on our Insta stories and on our platform. Because we really want to help share the love and help you promote and build your business too. And hey, maybe we'll eventually even have a contest around this too. So if you can do that for me, you can find us at Flourish_Thrive, shoot a video, share that link, and we're going to help promote your brand. We're going to pick our favorites and share them on our Insta stories so that you can get exposure for your jewelry business too, and share them on our feed. Get people and traffic to your IGTV. All right, let's do this. This is awesome. I'm going to have all the links that I mentioned for all these apps and fun things that I talked about over at the show notes over at flourishthriveacademy.com/episode 164. So go make sure that you check that out. And I will also want to thank our sponsor today, Nita Designs. Make sure that you go check them out. I'm going to have links to everything that I spoke about at the beginning of the episodes and all the special treats that they're giving away over at the show notes as well. Thank you so much for listening today. This is Tracy Matthews signing off, the Thrive by Design podcast. If you like what you listened to today, I would love for you to do me a huge favor. Rate and review this podcast on whatever platform that you're watching it on, because we love to know what you think. And your ratings really help motivate me to keep going and create new and unique interviews and content for you every single week. So that's going to help you in your jewelry business. And all you creative visionaries out there, flourish and thrive. Thanks so much for listening today. Take care. Until next time.